Yo, YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to the Rated R for Wrestling Studios.
What up, Mox?
Guys, we got our Survivor Series 2020 predictions to drop on you guys right now. Make sure you check out the Friday Night SmackDown Takeaway video. We just dropped before this, right? Make sure you check that out. Now let's get into our predictions. But before we do, I want to remind you guys, if you're watching this, you like the videos, you like the content we're bringing to you, smash that like button on this video. You like the content, subscribe to the channel. Remember to do that. Hit the notification bell so you get alerted when this video drops and the previous video drops, right? Any future videos. Follow the social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all same handles. Description section below, you got the Amazon link. Shop through there. Kicks back towards the channel. Fight TV, Honor Club, use that. Kicks back towards the channel. Highspots.com. Order stuff through there. Kicks back towards the channel. So without further ado, guys, jump right into it. Survivor Series 2020 predictions. The Survivor Series kickoff show is going to be a dual brand battle royal. So get ready. Get ready, guys, to see a ton of guys wrestling in t-shirts inside of a ring packed together, because everybody's gonna be wearing their Raw t-shirts, everybody's wearing their SmackDown t-shirts. I don't know who's gonna win. Nobody really cares. Maybe Daniel Bryan wins if he's in it. Maybe
I mean, he better not be in it.
I assume Big E win because he's not in any matchup, right?
Yeah, you can do Big E, or you can do maybe Chad Gable gets the win.
Chad Gable could get the
training.
Win. Yeah,
you know, there's plenty of guys that can get this win. It really doesn't matter. It's just a battle between blue versus red t-shirts, and serves no purpose really. It's on the pre-show, so whatever. Battle royals, forearm, throw somebody over, we call it a day. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens in this match. We'll see who's even in it. We don't even know, but let's see. Maybe they'll give it to a guy with a bigger name, but it really doesn't mean absolutely. It means absolutely nothing. So bunch of guys in their respective brands t-shirts, and that's pretty much it.
It's Baron Corbin. What are we talking about? He's gonna win.
No, he's part of the SmackDown men's team.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So yeah,
okay, sorry.
So, but you're gonna go through a whole entire night of a lot of people just wearing their brands t-shirts as per usual. Seth Rollins will most likely wear the half and half as he normally always does.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But next matchup. Well, let's go. It's on the card is the Undertaker Final farewell. We'll see what they do, if it's a whole show and capsing thing that every minute, like between matches, they'll show something for Undertaker, or they'll do a special ceremony for him. I heard that he is going to be in attendance. He will be there. So
yeah, he has to.
Yeah. So they'll probably do a ceremony or something like that. Maybe something in the ring. We'll see what happens, if the show begins with it or it ends with it, or it's somewhere, book in the smack dab in the middle of the show. But that's obviously going to be part of the show. But a matchup we're going to get to is Bobby Lashley, United States Champion, Sami Zayn, your Intercontinental Champion. I think Bobby Lashley has to win this match because they have to continue to assert the dominance of the Hurt Business, and they just need to go on a streak of winning matches, big matches, pay-per-view matches. Even if they're heels, they got to continue to win. So I think Bobby Lashley has to win this match.
Yeah, it's boring when we agree, but I think we agree. Bobby Lashley has to win. And the thing is, Sammy losing, it's kind of expected, because he's kind of like just a chicken shit heel that doesn't really matter. He can always just talk that he lost because whatever, he tripped or whatever, so he can do that. Whereas Bobby Lashley is the heel that needs to look powerful and strong and dominant, and the Hurt Business has to keep that whole look of strong, powerful, and dominant, and being important. So definitely Bobby Lashley's win, I think. Well, we both think.
Yeah, we all know that Sami Zayn is kind of going into a feud with Daniel Bryan for the IC title afterwards.
Yeah.
That's what it seems to be going with, even though I think they should have went with Roman attacking him at the end of SmackDown, like I said in our SmackDown video, to kind of maybe make that better for the end of the show. But whatever. Yeah, I think Sami Zayn can always play it off that he lost for some extraneous reason like that. All right, so next we have Raw Tag Team Champions, the New Day, going against the Street Profits, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. It's a toss-up. I kind of think the Profits win here to kind of assert them as the new it tag team over the New Day.
I'm gonna go New Day on this one. I just think there's too much talk between Big E. I think Big E's gonna come and help them out, and we're gonna see one more time the trio back in action. I think that's what's gonna happen. And then I hope Big E starts getting his push back. I mean, because he had a push, and now he doesn't have a push. So maybe this will catapult him doing something. I don't know what, but I mean,
he should be the one going at Sami Zayn for the IC title.
Yes,
he should be the one instead of eventually Daniel Bryan, or screw it, throw him into the title picture, have him go against Roman, but then he has to take a loss because he's not going to beat Roman. So
it's still too early for that. I think that's later down the road. We hope if they book it right.
Yeah, so he should be IC champ, but whatever. You pick New Day, I pick Street Profits. Let's get to the next matchup. Raw Women's Champion Asuka going against Sasha Banks, the SmackDown Women's Champion. Matchup we've seen a ton of times during the summer and early fall. So I think Sasha Banks loses due to the fact of Carmella interfering in the match, giving Asuka the win.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna agree again on you with this one. I think the same thing's gonna happen. I think Carmella is gonna keep doing that thing because that's what they're gonna feud to, and that's the more important feud. Again, all these matches are just kind of in the way of actual storylines, like we've been saying for a month now. So none of this means anything, and this match is super meaningless because the buildup has been horrendous. So it just is what it is. So I think the story here is Carmella and Sasha. Asuka's role as champ, she needs somebody. She needs somebody. Call somebody up.
She needs a dance partner to kind of make her
Rhea Ripley,
run
let's
better,
go, because she's got nobody on Raw that's really has any reason to be in the ring with her at the moment. It's sad but true.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we could also see Bayley interfering here, but she is part of the SmackDown Women's team.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I think that's past gone. Bayley and Sasha, they're gonna go away for that for a bit. So yeah, we both pick Asuka to win that match. Next match, we have Women's Survivor Series: Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce, and Lana making up the Raw team, going against the SmackDown team: Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Bayley, and the newcomer Natalya. The Raw team seems a lot weaker than the SmackDown team does.
It's so much weaker.
So I think SmackDown team is going to win this, flip-flopping, because I think they're going to go with one brand winning one and the other brand winning the other one when it comes to the 5-on-5. So I think SmackDown women are going to take this one, probably meaning that the Raw men are going to win, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, I think SmackDown wins because their team is just a lot more stacked. Especially, I think this is going to be the coming out party. Vince probably gonna make the coming out party for Bianca Belair in this matchup. I think he's gonna have her really showcased in this matchup, probably doing a big feats of strength against the likes of Nia Jax or going head to head with Shayna Baszler. And most likely at the end of the match, we'll see Lana go through an announce table again.
Most likely, yes, most likely. But I'm gonna go here and shock the world with my pick. I believe my powers tell me that Team Raw will win, and it's going to be because of that girl
Lana. It could be. Yeah, it could be.
She's going to get her finally, because she's been going through tables for 8 weeks. That's like 2 months of literally going through an announce table every Monday. I think she gets her comeuppance. I think she gets her payback. I think she wins it for Team Raw. She has her own special on the network.
She does.
They're going to push this stuff. This is what they do. This is what they've been doing. They've been putting this out there. It's going to happen. She's going to shock the world. She's going to shock the world. I'm telling you right now, Lana wins it for Team Raw.
That would be pretty interesting. I can see them doing that because you are right. They do that a lot. When the documentary comes out, they push that person, obviously, for marketing reasons, to get people to watch that documentary.
So
I pick SmackDown, you pick Raw because of Lana. Lana is the wild card there. Let's get to the men's Survivor Series team. Raw is Keith Lee, AJ Styles, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Riddle, not Matt Riddle, going against Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and now the newcomer Otis, who was named on SmackDown as of Adam Pearce naming him. I think Raw wins this because I picked SmackDown women to win, so I think Raw men will win this matchup. I think there's more going on with that team because there hasn't been much interaction between the SmackDown team. I mean, you haven't seen Kevin Owens on TV since he qualified pretty much. So that's pretty much it. King Corbin just seen on TV recently. Seth Rollins takes a big loss against Murphy and a big loss against Rey Mysterio the week before that, and the Raw team just seems to be like one of the main storylines on Raw. So I think that maybe Retribution shows up and screws Raw, but I think Raw ends up winning this one.
I think I'm gonna go with SmackDown winning this. The only reason why is because I think the whole feuding between the Raw team
is gonna cost them.
It's gonna cost them, and I think they're gonna build storylines from this and kind of maybe break some feuds going, out of this match with whoever goes whichever way. There's a lot of different ways you can go. I think they're gonna cost the match. I think they're gonna make an easy build for the next couple months on Raw. So I'm going with Team SmackDown here, taking the win, and the Team SmackDown team is just so much weaker that I think the weaker teams are going to win this year. That's my gut feeling.
It could be possible. I would have probably picked SmackDown if SmackDown would have picked Big E instead of Otis for their last member, because I think it would have made more sense. They would have showcased Big E more as a single star and have him take the big spot. I think this is going to be all about Keith Lee dominating and doing big things along with Braun Strowman in the ring.
Can you imagine Keith and Big E in the ring? Like how awesome that would be?
Exactly. That would be an awesome thing they could have done, but they really screwed up big time. Unless Big E has some type of injury not undisclosed that they're not bringing up.
I don't know.
Maybe I don't think so.
Because he really hasn't had a match. I don't remember since like the Sheamus parking lot thing. That was like 2 months ago.
He hasn't done much. So let's get to the main event, which most likely will be the main event unless they do the farewell for Undertaker as the main event, which I doubt.
They should. They got to end. This is where he started Survivor Series 30 years ago. He should end. I mean, it's this Taker we're talking about. We're not talking about just somebody rando. This is just Undertaker.
It makes sense. But the last match of the show most likely will be Drew McIntyre, WWE champion, going against Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion. I think Roman wins this because he cannot take a loss at this point.
I mean, I don't like agreeing with you in these things. I want to have a different thing. But yeah, that makes the most sense. Roman is the hottest thing in the Drew is the man. We love Drew. Drew's the man. But like Roman is on the biggest hot streak of anybody in the world of professional wrestling. His character is the best. His storylines have been the best. Yeah. You got to keep the streak going. You got to keep his head of the table. Drew's secondary champion, man. Roman said it. he has to win it. So kind of he has to do it. So Roman's the man.
No, I think there's gonna be a brutal matchup. A lot of big power moves. You got two big bastards going against each other. But the only difference here is there's a couple outliers. Now on Roman's side, does Jay come out? Does Jimmy come out and mess up the match for him? I don't think so. But on the Raw side, remember he has Drew McIntyre's dealing with The Miz. He's still dealing with Randy Orton because he just beat him, and The Fiend. There's a lot of outliers there on Drew's side that could cost him this match.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they want to do like the clean loss for Drew or have one of these three outliers, these wild cards, kind of screw the matchup for Drew. Maybe Roman wins and then Miz cashes in, beats Drew right there at Survivor Series, and that's the way they end the show. It's interesting things they can go with.
You're right. Instead of Taker, you end the entire night with The Miz as champ.
Yeah.
You know what? Done. That's what we're calling it right now. That's the end of Survivor Series. Maybe the worst booked month of wrestling I've ever been a part of in my entire life, and I've been watching it for a long time. This was really useless. All these matches are pointless besides this last match, and it'd be pretty awesome if The Miz is champ.
Yeah, it would be pretty awesome, guys. Those are predictions for Survivor Series 2020. We're gonna drop a reaction and review of Survivor Series right after the pay-per-view ends Sunday night, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, make sure your notification bell so you get alerted when that Survivor Series reaction and review video drops. Remember that. Also, without further ado, guys, if it doesn't work for you, bro, do not do the job.
Later, box.